ជំរាបសួរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
Wow. Wow, I am impressed.
Welcome to the session of podcast. My name
Yes,
is
sir.
ឈ្មោះខ្ញុំសូដានី
ឈ្មោះខ្ញុំ Phil.
and ឈ្មោះ
ជំរាបសួរ
Oh.
Wow ខ្ញុំឈ្មោះ Mea Lath. Actually ឈ្មោះខ្ញុំ but main is Rexmi.
Rexmi. We got
Rexmi.
Rexmi aka
Okay.
Lakshmi.
Is there a meaning behind the name?
I'm sorry.
Is there a meaning behind the name?
Yeah, so Rexmi, it sounds similar to the name Rexmi, meaning ray of light.
Oh.
But Rexmi is the Khmer version of Lakshmi's name. The
Lakshmi.
Hindu goddess.
Okay. Yeah. Lakshmi. Yeah.
Well, we do want to thank you
Yep.
first and foremost for joining us on the Sessional podcast. I know you're a
Yeah.
busy woman.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
For sure.
we just want to show the world our appreciation to you
Yeah.
in preserving the Cambodian culture for our generation.
Yeah. For real. Man. And we have to clap it up for her. We have to clap it up, man.
Clap it up one
Man.
time, one time, one
She's-
time.
Man.
Thank you, thank
Yes.
you, thank you. Yeah, Mia, we do appreciate you again for coming on, man. And you know, we just we want to hear your story
Yes.
first
Mhm.
and foremost. Anything you can share with us.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, Mia is the bomb. What's the formal name for it?
The formal name is Rabam Purichitrop. So
Wow.
Robam Purichitrop.
Mhm.
like Pre.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But and which translates to royal court dancing.
Okay. Royal court
Damn.
dancing. Okay. I mean, in other words, just to keep it simple, it's very, I would say, Cambodian traditional dancing.
Yeah.
Would that be okay to say that?
Yeah, this
Yeah?
it's one traditional dance because
Okay.
there's
It's one style of
there's
traditional
classical and then there's also folk dancing.
Okay,
Mm.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow,
Would
okay.
the coconut dance be considered folk dancing?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I did that.
Wow.
I did that before.
Okay.
You have to show us
I did
pictures.
that before, man.
Okay.
Long time
Damn.
ago.
Okay.
Hello, yeah.
I know. I mean,
I
man.
actually don't know that dance, so you have to teach
Oh, did you?
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember it. That's all I remember. Just that part. That's it.
So the dance that you do is more considered folk dancing, or
So the style that I do is more classical.
Classical.
So it's
Okay.
similar to. They also refer to it as ballet
ballet? Okay.
because that's
Well,
how
it is.
slow it is.
Yeah. Pretty much considered. And you've been doing it for how long?
I think I'm going on my 19th.
19?
year.
So yeah, almost.
That's your whole life.
That's your whole life. But you're only like 21.
Come on. Damn. That's a long time. 19 years.
19 years is a long time. So yeah, you were
Yeah.
really young when you started.
I was 12 when I started, so it's a little bit older for most dancers.
Is it?
Most dancers traditionally they start at age 5 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah, because your body is still forming. They kind
Flexible.
of you're more flexible, right? So
more
this,
flexible.
yeah.
And I always knew I wanted to dance because of going to all of our,
Yeah.
Cambodian New Year events. But then I was always too shy
Oh, really?
to,
Yeah.
ask my parents to enroll me.
Yeah.
So that's how I've always been. It's like always too shy.
Okay.
How'd you get into it?
I met a friend. So I forgot who was coming. He was either a prince or somebody from Cambodia.
What?
And they asked me to be one of the greeters.
Okay.
So, they dressed me up. And then one of the other greeters, she was actually a dancer. And a dancer that I remember, watching perform. And so it's cool. And she became my friend. And I asked my mom to enroll me. And that was,
That was history.
that was history.
Did you do any kind of dancing before that at all? Like any kind at all?
Not even hip hop.
Oh, I can't. Yeah.
No,
Dancing.
I don't
So-
have swag or whatever.
Swag. So you kind of just went into it without any kind of experience, basically. Oh wow. So what was the beginning of it like? What was that experience like? Getting into it and maybe the ups and downs of the start of your dance career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what it felt like as far as physically. But so what was interesting when I enrolled, so I initially enrolled at the what is called the Arts of Apsara under UCC.
Oh,
So-
here in Long Beach.
Here in
Oh,
here
okay.
in Long Beach.
On Anaheim and yeah.
Anaheim, I don't know the cross street, but here in Long Beach, the original one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks later, we had a meeting, and my teacher, Nikaduso Pauline, and her husband, Bujan, told us that we'd be leaving, and they're starting their own dance group. So that's how Khmer Arts Academy.
Okay.
History lesson, guys.
Yeah, 2002.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
2002.
And then, so you started with the Khmer Arts Academy. Well, you first was UCC, then they went to Khmer Arts Academy. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, so it was a interesting transition because we've always had, a space that we practice in. But this time, we practice at my teacher's home, in her backyard, in St. Mary's, pretty much wherever they could find a space.
It's like a startup.
Yeah.
It was a startup, pretty much.
Yeah.
You started,
It was.
yeah. What do you think like kept you going and stayed interested in Cambodian traditional dancing?
So I would say when I started dancing, I was going through a really rough time of my life. Just like a lot of Cambodian Americans, we grew up in a really, I would say, a humble environment.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Say the hood.
The hood.
Say
you
Yeah,
know.
you can say that. The hood. Yeah. East
You
Side
said
Long
it so
Beach.
nice, like the hood, up in there. Heard a couple shots here and there.
I heard a couple of seen a couple of drive-bys in my life.
Yeah, but it was like, where
But yeah.
we were always around gang members. And
Jack
that
facts,
was
yeah.
normal. It was just drip bong, No
Oh,
one
that's
Yeah.
crazy. I've
Yeah.
never heard it from a girl's point of view.
What?
Really?
Like growing up in the hood. Like, because we're always with the guys and stuff,
Yeah.
so we know our experiences.
Yeah.
But hearing it, I want to hear this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah, that is true.
like I was aware that they were, gang members or whatever, but
Yeah.
they never treated or seemed they didn't treat me any differently.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
seemed to be different people, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like another bong,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I, because it was so normalized, I didn't realize like the kind of toxic environment that
It
I was
was.
in.
Yeah, that's true.
And at the time, my parents were splitting, and so I just enrolled in dance, at the right time. And this was a space where was very positive
Yeah.
and right, because before joining dance, all I knew about like being Khmer and Cambodia is sadness, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Khmer Rouge.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything always connected back to the Khmer Rouge, and I didn't even know what the Khmer Rouge was.
Yeah.
I don't think any of
Yeah.
us did. We didn't really.
We didn't know until we got older.
We didn't know really the grand scale of it. We didn't even really know about genocide and all that stuff until like we started doing our own research
Yeah,
and started getting
right.
exposed to it, because our parents never spoke about it.
Right.
So it's crazy when you say that, because like we literally went through our adolescent years just not
just
really knowing.
or even
anything
when our
about
parents
it.
did try to speak about it, I didn't want to hear it. It's like I don't want to hear that negativity.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live my life right now. But as we get older, we kind of go back and like, this is history. This is
Yeah.
important in our life and our culture.
Did they teach you that while you were in the academy dancing and stuff?
No, they didn't really talk about the Khmer Rouge. Besides that, we carry on this legacy because of 90% of artists perished.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
starvation, and it's crazy because this morning I actually just saw like on Instagram a photo of one of the dance teachers from S21, and I was
Oh my
like,
God.
That's like the
I
prison
seen
camp, right?
that.
S21.
yeah, and I was like, wow, I've never seen a dancer, and it was just like so real to me.
I seen that post. That hit me in the feels though, actually, because you're talking about the one they colored the.
This one wasn't colored, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was crazy. So you saw one of the dancers. She was a prisoner there.
Yeah.
She was a teacher.
So she was a teacher, and
Famous?
I don't know if she was famous, but
Okay.
it just mentioned that she was a dance teacher.
Okay.
And the reason why we carry on this legacy is because dance, it's passed down orally, so from
Yeah.
like teacher to
Yeah.
student.
Yeah.
So when we lost that many teachers, we lost a lot of our
Yeah.
history, our
Yeah.
culture, and they're
Yeah.
still working on reviving it today.
It's not
Oh,
even
yeah.
fully
Of
revived yet.
course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's important that, we continue to honor them and
Yeah.
to carry on this tradition that has been around for thousands of years, even though
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
changed and evolved,
Yeah.
but it's still something that we carry on from, thousands of years ago, and these are like history facts and things that I've learned from being a dancer and learning about the beauty and the empire before the Khmer Rouge.
Yeah, exactly.
How amazing, Cambodia was. And that to me was so valuable because, I think we all go through periods where we're not proud of being Khmer.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, of course. I think probably our whole childhood, probably. Well,
Yeah,
for me at least.
Well, because
for me at least.
You think about it, like, even to this day, when you think about it, when we name our heroes and our people that we look up to, we're naming, athletes, we're naming African Americans, we're naming
rappers,
white
and
people,
artists,
we're naming, different races, but who can we name that's Cambodian
our own people,
to say that, hey, my hero is this person,
right?
Yeah. Like how is there a general that I can look up to in Cambodia? Was there like a star athlete in Cambodia that we can look up to? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm sure there is, and the main figure I can think of off the top of my head is King Chevadaman VII.
Yeah,
the king. Okay.
Yeah, and he's known for building the Bayon. A couple other ones I can't remember, so don't test me on my history knowledge.
Get off.
He brought brought back Buddhism to Cambodia, and so, and I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why it was like thriving back then during his reign.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like these like little facts that makes me realize that we have greatness in our DNA.
Yeah. For sure.
This wasn't like. I wasn't certain, like, I don't know the words, but I wasn't for sure until I saw the Angkor Wat.
Yeah. Oh, you telling me?
We always say this all the time.
I think everybody has their story.
Yes.
On that. Like, tell me how you felt when you got
I want to know your experience. What was your experience?
Well, I didn't even like walk there yet, but just like we were riding the tuk-tuk.
I
don't know what they call it, but
tuk-tuk, right?
Tuk-tuk.
That's the Thai term for it. We have, think we call it like mato something. It's a longer name.
We call it pass app.
What is that?
It's called pass app.
Oh my god!
Pass app. Oh,
pass app and
that's
grab.
the app. Oh yeah.
I'm so thankful for that.
It's crazy they have that now.
For sure. So tuk-tuk is a Thai term for it?
Yeah, it's a Thai term for it.
That makes sense though, because I remember, hearing tuk-tuk from like a Thai restaurant or something like that. Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So we're we kind of round, and then you see the like what like in the background. It's like one of those. Moments, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like pictures do not do it justice. And I was just like overwhelmed with so much emotion. I was just crying.
You know what? I cried too. I'm not gonna lie. I cried in the manliest way possible when I saw. I literally shed a tear because it was just like mesmerizing.
No, I feel you.
Mesmerizing.
Like I felt the same when I first got there, and I'm just like, you're not supposed to touch. The rocks and stuff, but I was just there, like
But you were?
Yeah, I was all over it. I was just like, damn, like, this is crazy. And
I would never get to touch this again.
It makes you think like, damn, my people built this,
and how
my people put all the artworks into the walls. Every stone not touched. Everything is
detailed.
Is like carved on,
detailed,
which is crazy. It was funny too, like my cousin or my mom's our family out there, they're trying to explain to us the history of what's on the walls.
Yeah.
And I'm just listening. I'm like, that make no sense. So next time I took Christine over there. Yeah. I got a tour guide.
Okay.
And they explained to me something totally different. I was like, you guys lied to me this whole time. Because
man.
If you guys go, get the tour guide. It's worth the money. You know what I mean?
They know everything. Yeah.
And I'm out there just like, come with us. Like, and they're explaining everything to us, and it's like it's really good, man. Like it's like the true stuff, not the.
I got lucky where my sister-in-law's brother is a tuk-tuk driver, but he's also really knowledgeable on the history. So
he's like a tour guide himself.
Yeah, he was a tour guide himself.
So he ran with you guys inside?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's good to have.
The story. And I was familiar with the story, so like actually seeing it on
in
the
person,
it's like
that's seeing that in
Yeah.
person though, like it was very like exhilarating.
Yeah.
And there's so many different parts in there too. There's just the Bayon.
Because there's like 3
Angkor
different
Wat.
temples there, right?
There's a bunch
lot.
more.
Well,
There's
I
a
mean,
bunch
but it's
more.
little one, but there's like 3 main ones basically, right? And then there's like a bunch of
you
little
just gotta
ones.
go in deeper,
Yeah.
like into the, and you can actually I guess like there's like restaurants on the water or something like that out there. Is that true?
Yeah.
Dang,
Restaurants on the water. Yeah.
You just got to go in a little bit deeper.
I went there. Yeah.
There was a
It's like a
temple with
river.
Yeah.
Like a river, and like the restaurant is like you're sitting on like the wooden catel and stuff like that, like right on the lake.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
Nice.
beautiful. And they'll catch the fish, and then they'll go and fry it, and then they'll bring it to you. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow, I'm missing out.
Yeah, I did that. It was cool.
But you got to do the your thing out there too.
Yeah, so
Talk
this
about
last
that.
time, so my teacher is out there. She has her own group, Sibling Arts Ensemble, and they specialize in contemporary work. But this time, I also got to meet my Mong Mong from the Royal the Royal Ballet. You know, just girls that I've like admired, and yeah,
From afar.
From afar.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I've met some of them when they came to tour out here too.
Oh,
so,
okay.
but
That's
it was
cool.
cool, you know, to be able to practice at the place is called Yucatan, which is like the official like dancers like
Oh, that's where they go.
practice and
Oh, okay.
rehearse and
That's
Wow.
yeah, it was
That's got to be
cool.
like a milestone in your life, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I'm so blessed that, you know, I have connections with both my teacher and like the Royal Ballet.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I think the Royal Ballet, they focus a lot on the preservation and the reviving too. So it was cool like seeing them practice dances I'm not familiar with in these stories that are different.
So that's like when I saw your photos that you took over there, that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was really nice. That looked like a photo you can put onto the
Oh, no, you can.
you know
frame it.
when you go
frame
to
it.
a Cambodian house
Oh,
and they have like
yes.
an Apsara
Yeah,
dancer.
yeah.
That looked like one of the photos.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie, it was like
Thank you.
I know exactly.
You should sell it.
I mean, I'm
To frame it.
maybe like a lot of people have suggested it, but like, yeah, these are my first like good photos because before taking those photos, I didn't really feel confident
really?
as a dancer.
Oh.
Even though I'm an instructor and then like I run the
Yeah.
organization, but like I, you know, always had these like limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Just a lot of insecurities, you know, from
Really?
being from I don't know, from my childhood probably that
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
now like uncovering. But yeah, I went off a tangent because I don't know what I was gonna say.
Nah, you're good. We're talking about
like
You're basically being tough on yourself.
yeah, and so whenever like I saw pictures from my performances, I never really liked them or felt beautiful. And you know, because like my eyes never looked like I was meditating. It was more like I was like in shock the whole time. I don't know.
okay.
But,
Okay.
because
you didn't feel like natural.
No, it wasn't natural because you know, Rabam dance is like a prayer and meditation.
Yeah, it
and
is. Yeah.
you are pretty much the medium between like heaven and earth because you're
Wow.
translating and you're communicating with the gods, the message of the people through your movements.
Oh man. I did not know that. That's some good information right there.
yeah.
Wow.
Keep educating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So when I dance, I was always in my head, not
Yeah.
being one with like the nature,
What you're
the
supposed to be doing.
spirit.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking like, what is the audience thinking of me? Oh my gosh, I need to do a perfect performance. Oh my gosh, I'm not authentic because I didn't train in Cambodia.
Really?
So many things going through my head.
I got you.
So
I mean, those are all valid thoughts that you would be thinking,
Yeah.
right? Because you probably think like, oh, I didn't get to go to the university over there in Cambodia. Is it really legit, or stuff like that.
So
I'm
you're
pretty
questioning
sure,
yourself,
who
but I feel like, yeah, I mean, it's a reason to question yourself. But I feel like maybe you are your own worst critic. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you are your own worst critic. But that also is a good trait to have because that just shows you have higher expectations for yourself. You know you have more potential for yourself, so you are gonna critique yourself. So I think that's a good thing to kind of have because if you're not critiquing yourself, that means you're comfortable. You're like satisfied. So that's a good thing to have. So don't take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Don't look at it negative. Like look at it like that's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you have that kind of mindset. So that's a good.
Have you gotten to a point where you feel like now that I'm the shit?
No,
Now she has no insecurities anymore.
She's like
none.
I'm working there.
You know who I is? I is Mea.
I don't know, but I think what happened was, it was due to the passing of the Princess Bopat Devi, who was a huge leader in preserving dance and exposing it to the world and carrying on this legacy and taking care of this art. And so one of her last messages was to for all dancers, artists, throughout the world to just continue this work, especially when the teachers are now getting old, because when we go, our knowledge goes with us. And
Facts.
So after hearing that message, I was just like, I can't just, I shouldn't be, beating myself up so much and just always chasing this idealism of being a perfect dancer when all I need to do is just carry on the work. And just do, share what I know and teach what I know. And it's okay to be a student along the way.
You can never stop learning. So
I just felt like, to be a teacher in this role, you have to be perfect. You have to be authentic. So that whole imposter syndrome and stuff. But now I'm just like, it's okay. I don't need to be 100% authentic because I need to be authentic to the environment that I'm in, which is being a Cambodian American, and we have different experiences.
100%. And do you feel like now with all the experience you have, I mean, you're real comfortable teaching and everything right now, right?
I'm more comfortable teaching, yes, and it's because I have an actual curriculum that I've been using for years, but I'm working on a new curriculum where it can resonate more with the kids.
For sure.
They are different, and this is a very disciplined kind of art. So.
It is. That's why I'm pretty sure you felt that way, because they want perfection when it comes down to dancing like that, right?
Yeah, in a way, because this is so perfect that they even carved it on the wall.
That's that's true. That's true. That is true. Very true.
Yeah. But then after realizing, this art form has been evolving for years, that now I'm open to okay, even if I don't do the moves perfectly or whatever, but it's our own way. It's our Akyang way, I guess.
American way.
It's like they told
sense.
us when we were in Cambodia, when we speak Khmer, they like our accent.
They're like, what accent?
It's like, oh, we got an accent. Damn.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I have a different accent, I guess, too. I hear it all the time.
Nah, we do. When you try to speak Khmer, you just gotta relax when you talk. It comes out more natural. Yeah. But then when we actually try to talk, it comes out more choppy.
Yeah. I mean, it's broken. It's
just Khmer ling ling ling.
What? What the heck are you saying?
I tried.
But are you very fluent in Khmer?
I am not fluent. I thought I was before my first trip to Cambodia.
Okay. Well, I mean,
gotta put you on check real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Reality check.
I'm going Khmer, Churning Khmer, and then I go to Cambodia. They're like, they can't understand me. So this is how I learned how nice our parents are, our adults are, because we are saying the wrong things, but they don't correct us.
They don't.
They just kind of understand what we're trying to say.
As long as they understand, they're okay with it.
Yeah, they're
that makes sense.
Okay, we get the idea. So but then when you do that, we go to Cambodia and now no one understands what
the hell,
we're
right?
saying.
Yeah.
It's like true. My mom always she always tells me too, when you say cup, I say kale. No, kale, but it's supposed to be cow, right?
Cow?
Oh. Well, I don't know, because to your point, there are different accents.
There's like hundreds of different accents.
Because Gail,
I don't know about 100, but maybe close on maybe.
Like you say partner.
That sounds nice.
Or partner.
Okay. Tomato.
Different accents.
Yeah. Some people say Khmer, some people say Khmer,
Khmer.
Yeah.
Khmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the R can be silent. It depends on how you say it. I don't know. Khmer. Because you say Khmer, I don't hear the R in it. But Khmer. See it, and then you hear the R.
Who spelled it
There's
Khmer?
not supposed to be it's Khmer because it's French.
Yeah. So
okay.
But it's supposed to be Khmer.
Khmer.
Did you guys know Cambodia is supposed to be Kampuchea, but Americans named it Cambodia
because they couldn't pronounce it.
Because they couldn't pronounce Kampuchea.
Yeah.
Or was it the
So
French?
Cambodia was made up, man. What the hell?
Cambodia.
Yeah. I mean,
The term was made up.
Well, let me tell you a story about Kampuchea.
Yeah, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, because the word Gia means from.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gia. And then Kampu is actually a person. So we're from Kampu. Okay, so the story is.
Wow.
So this is one of our origin stories.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the churning of the Sea of Milk. So that is one of the carvings that's at the Angkor Wat.
Mm-hmm.
But so the story is long, long ago, there were deities and asuras or demons.
Okay. Yeah.
They were battling for the elixir of life, which gives you like ultimate power, immortality. And so they decided to have a tug of war using a naga named Visuki as a rope, so a turtle arises. This is not my best story. So there was also a turtle that they used to tie the rope or the naga around. And then so for thousands and thousands of years, the deities and the asuras, they tugged and tugged and tugged. And Visuki started to rip and milk started to fall. So as they're tugging, they're like pretty much destroying the earth. So there's like chaos and it's crazy. And then Visuki is like ripping, and then the milk from his body goes into the ocean and it starts to churn.
Wow.
And as it churns, there starts to come up bubbles. And in these bubbles are apsaras.
What?
Wow.
And so it's just kind of like the symbolic of like, oh yeah, when there's a lot of chaos, here the apsara dancers bringing back peace. And the main apsara dressed in white, her name is Mea Lath. And she's believed to be the ideal Khmer woman, perfect in every way. And she was gifted by one of the gods to a Hindu prince named Kampu.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kampu.
Kampo that's a city in Cambodia too, right?
Kampu.
Kampo.
I think that's something different, but
this is
Kampu. So that's where we get Kampuchea from. So it was the union of Kampu and Mea Lath is how we get Khmer. So that's another word for Khmer people. And
Khmer, that's my cousin's name.
Oh yeah, Khmer.
Khmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mea Lath is believed to be our mother, and Kampu is believed to be our father.
I literally I literally picture like a cartoon in my head when you were telling that story. No, real talk.
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty sure a lot of that's like stories about our history, right? With the culture and stuff like that. Just like Moana.
Yeah.
The story about the thing.
Was it Polynesian?
Polynesian.
So I think that's pretty similar to kind of to that too, which is pretty cool. They need to make a cartoon about that.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I mean, there are a lot of really talented Khmer people out
there. There is.
Yes.
And there's a lot of history that we should be able to put out visually for kids to see and kids to learn while they're young.
The younger generation, yeah.
Because, we don't have anything that's, I don't think, kid friendly.
Yeah, I don't know if Cambodia has stuff like that, but when it comes to telling the history or like stories like this, it's usually in like a dance drama or some sort of art.
Yeah, so you probably know a lot of stories.
I know a couple.
Because it comes with the dancing, right? Because you're always telling the story and it's about like...
Yeah. We have a lot of mythology, and I do learn it from the dances. And and I love that dance always highlights like, a powerful female figure.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
And I don't know if you knew this, but the first empire of the Khmer Empire was led by a matriarch, a queen.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What was her name?
In Khmer, we called her Soma.
Soma.
And the Chinese, they named her Liu Yi. So that's how we kind of know of this story, is because of the encounters of like a Chinese diplomat.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, this is how I know. So if other Cambodians learn a different way.
What's her name? What was her name again?
Soma.
Soma. I'm gonna put that down.
But that name it sounds familiar. I think I know people with that name, so that makes sense. Jeez.
So Soma she also believed herself to be descendants of Nagas, the Nit.
Yeah.
So back then we were an animistic society. So we believed everything had a spirit, and we really honored the Naga, or like Nit, or it's a mythical serpent, because it symbolizes fertility and rain. So in our dance, it flows kind of like a snake, and it's supposed to represent, like, if you can picture like a snake.
You're right. It
water.
does.
Yeah.
Wow. That's I'm gonna look at it totally different now when I see the dance.
I know.
Like, it's crazy because you do kind of move like a snake. Yeah.
It's very controlled from your core, and then everything. You're not swaying all the time, but
yeah.
That requires a lot of flexibility, huh?
Yeah.
A lot of flexibility.
Can you kind of walk us through like kind of like a timeline of what you have to learn? Because I'm pretty sure as a dancer, there's milestones you hit, like just say with the way your hands bend, or the way your body moves and stuff like that.
Yeah. So in Cambodia, they actually they have traditional schooling, like you would go for elementary school and study.
For that.
Strictly just on that?
Strictly for,
wow.
For that. So they have a different way of training, and they would go through this, up until high school and then go to college. But for me, and for how we do it at Khmer Academy, the first thing you learn is how to stretch. So the stretching routine is almost as hard as like the actual dances. It's very intensive. It's like yoga, but a little more intense.
Yeah,
because you're holding these like postures and poses to get yourself flexible and to get your bones in, properly in place. And then balance is key because you're on one foot. I see, Yeah, and then as you can imagine, like when they're young, it takes them a little bit longer to get that balance. Yeah. But it's so cute.
It's so cute. They're in pain.
They're not in pain.
Just shaking. No, kidding.
And then they learn Bakbat, which is the fundamental dance. So we have like a dance for the ABCs, pretty much the ABCs of dance, and that's why you're in Cambodia. You're in school for so long, because it's like 45 minutes long. Yeah, 45 minutes long. But in the US,
just for stretching?
No, this is for the fundamental dance, so the basic movements dance. 45 minutes long, but here we condensed it to like about 7 or 8 minutes, but it's still like a lot.
Yeah.
And then depending on their age, we have like dances for little girls. It's very easy, about flowers, but we teach them how to sing these songs. So they, get a lot of exposure to speaking Khmer language.
Yeah.
Even though I don't speak it like fluently or, frequently in the class as much as I should. And then, they learn the blessing dance. So some students, they kind of end their training at the blessing dance, because most people are familiar with the dance. They're just like, oh, I got to do it and now I'm done.
So they just like, they're done.
Yeah, but, it's like if they stay, they get to learn even, cooler dances. And the dances and each movement is just so much to it, as, from the poses to the choreography to the spirit and the character of the dance. Like, they have to learn so much. And so my students, the ones that I do have now, like, I admire them so much because of their willingness to just go through the difficulty and still, like, perform so beautifully on stage.
They actually have, like, a passion for it, right?
Yeah. How young are these kids?
They range from 5. A lot of them are like
that's a young
5 to
age.
10, and then middle school to high school. I do
but at the age of 5, though, that's crazy.
Do you take newborns?
I'm trying to think of like a curriculum to start them at age 3.
Even younger?
Age 3, because I've learned that a lot of well, the years that children really develop is like from 3 to 7. So we want to get them like, you know, interested and familiar with their culture. We have to start them early. So I'm trying to figure out where it's not as disciplined, it's more open and more like exploring like, what is my culture? What is
exactly
this?
So like with these kids, because they're at such a young age, do you feel like are they like aware of like the history and stuff like that, or are they kind of more just into the dance itself, or like what are your how do you feel about that?
When you say aware of the history, you're talking about like the Khmer Rouge and stuff?
More like maybe just the culture in general, I guess.
The culture. Yeah, they're not really aware. Now we're in a time where these kids, like, they don't speak Khmer. So the first time they say Jimriap Sul or Akon is in my class.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're basically helping them keep the...
Really?
Learn the culture, and keep the tradition alive.
Because I'm gonna do my best to speak Khmer to my child, and Christine's probably gonna speak her language.
Tagalog,
it's Visayan.
Visayan. Oh, sorry.
It's good to learn as much as you can when you're young.
And some Ebonics.
From you, huh?
From me, she's gonna learn that from me.
Definitely from you.
But that's crazy. Parents, you gotta do better.
No, no. We're still on survival mode, and you know, especially with everything in the U.S.
It's a different generation.
No, but you're talking about kids, and so these parents have been here already. So
these are young kids, so I'm sure the parents are maybe not that much older than us, maybe.
Yeah, but they still, you know, come on, I don't know what it is.
It's just, you know, people get Americanized. Yeah. You gotta like really appreciate and have that hunger to learn about your culture.
You have to want it,
because I mean, some people they just like, oh, I'm American. You know.
Yeah. I mean, we were like that until we got older.
Yeah. Well, I was always into Cambodian history.
Kidding.
I've always done my research. I've always talked to my mom about it.
Yeah, you were for sure. Yeah.
I'm not a reader writing Khmer too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
so.
Yeah.
But I was always intrigued though. Like because growing up, you know, we're in America. We have these different races and stuff like that, and you know, I'm trying to like, damn, what's Cambodian? Like, I mean,
right.
I'm Cambodian, but what is that? You know?
Yeah.
So
not a lot of people are familiar with it. I remember growing up, like people, I tell them like, I'm Cambodian, like, what is that? I never heard of it.
Yeah, before it used to be Khmer Pride, but it was just gangsters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It was different. It was different kind of Khmer Pride. It was more like Khmer gangster pride. That's what it was.
It was a little different, you know. But
and that's the reputation that we kind of had growing up, because that's just what people would see, and that's kind of not a good thing.
Are they teaching like people how to read and write in Khmer over there?
Not at Khmer Arts Academy, but I mean, one day I do have a dream of like having just like one hub or one center that preserves and like teaches about each like art,
different parts of the culture.
That'd
be awesome.
I think we should
dance,
make it happen.
Singing, Khmer writing, everything, just kind of help. That'd be nice.
When I learned how to read and write in Khmer, it was in Hill Middle School, and then
it was a class.
We were all bad kids. So they was like, hey, what are we gonna do to get these kids to stop ditching school and going in fights and all that stuff? So they brought this Cambodian lady. Her name was Miss Pung.
Oh, okay.
They took us one semester in 7th grade.
It was
all the Khmer kids in one class.
There was a lot of Cambodians in that school?
Bro, it was a lot. And we were all bused from the from the east side up to Hill Middle School. Hill Middle School is to Cal State Long Beach. It's a nice area, right?
Yeah.
And then
bunch of Cambodians?
Yeah, so we took the bus there. All of us from our bus stop was where Mary Video was.
Okay.
Remember that old donut shop right there in the corner? There used to be that donut shop. Yeah, but yeah, so they got all the kids, got all of us together in one classroom, and then she taught us how to read, taught us how to write. She taught us how to make Cambodian food, and then I thought I was like, damn, this was crazy, because when we started learning how to read and write, it was like, oh shit, it's like scriptures. Then you get more intrigued, and you start learning how to, learn about the culture, and then it's like the next semester it was gone. It was like they didn't have it anymore for us, and then I was like, damn, like I felt like, so I always stayed practicing by myself,
and
all my friends and stuff that did it with me,
all
like,
the kids enjoyed it.
Already.
But for you guys as all the kids, like, did they enjoy it? Were they like really?
Yeah, we all had a good time. We were speaking Khmer in there, like, it was just like fun, Yeah. And then but after they took it away, everybody just kind of forgot about it, went back to their own thing. Right? So I think it is important to try to teach how to read and write in the beginning, because that just opens up a whole nother door for us as kids, right? Just be like, oh shit, there's more to this. I'm unique.
Yes,
I'm different. You know what I mean?
In a special way.
Yeah, in a special way. Yeah,
unique is always special.
Which is and you know, it's good because we live in a country where it's, you know, all types of different races, but everybody has culture, and that's what keeps, you know, separates, makes everybody unique. So
and we have to teach this like the history ourselves, because you know, like in the school curriculums, they don't talk about, you know, anything that actually happened. Like, come on, like, you know, but the Khmer Rouge, that's something so huge, but it's not talked about in the books, you know, in history books.
Do we have a paragraph? It was like a small paragraph. I remember it was like a little section. I remember it was in history books.
But you know what I mean? Like, how can they like not go into detail? Because that was something that's so, it was huge.
The U.S. caused it.
Right? Come on. But the U.S. caused a lot of other shit too.
They like,
and they was to talk about it.
This is what happened, but they didn't say we were the reason why.
Nah, they're definitely not gonna do that, you know.
Like,
but
yeah. So it's crazy, but you know, we do. Hopefully, we can try to make something happen. When you say like the hub thing, right? Is there something you think in the works already, or is there not even anything like just even talked about or even try to?
I don't think it's being in the works. I think there are organizations that does a lot of like service for the community or for the Cambodian community, but it's more like social services, things that they really need. So, and with arts, you know, Khmer Arts Academy has been, you know, preserving it in Long Beach for the last 19 years.
Yeah, nice 19 years since you've been there.
Yeah.
So is there still a physical location, or?
Yeah, we still have our studio, but we are closed. We've been closed since the quarantine.
The lockdown.
Is it coming back? Is it gonna open up again?
Yeah, we would like to open up, you know, because this art form is so hands-on, like because you're molding their bodies, and you know, into these postures. So it's like it's really hard to do over Zoom.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, everything's hard over Zoom.
You know, but we do what we can. But the kids are still like very much into it, and that's
good. That's good that they're into it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we talk about you know, your involvement with Ryan the Last Dragon?
That was pretty cool when I seen that. That's awesome. Yeah.
That was tight.
What was that experience like?
That's the homegirl.
Oh, man. So this was like, I think in 2018.
So a few years ago?
A few years ago, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Their producer at the time. So this is before they even assembled like a production team. They were still just doing like the research on the cultures. So they emailed me and wanted Khmer Arts to be involved.
But how did they even find you?
How
did they know?
I don't know.
Somebody
Google does.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we're lucky where, you know, if you Google Khmer dance will come up. So we have a really good reputation.
I don't really know anybody else. You're the face of that.
Yeah, I think you're the face of it. Yeah,
and you gotta accept it.
I think a lot of people think the same now.
Well, you know, it's consistency and I just kind of stayed, even though I felt like I wasn't like a great dancer or the best student, but I'm like, but this is important. So So and that's why I feel like at this point I've been blessed with so many opportunities, and that was definitely one where they asked, you know, if we can share about our culture and our art. And so, we went over to their studios in Burbank and did a whole presentation on our stories and everything we loved about, you know, our culture and the myths and all the symbolism and the meanings. So, it was just like an average day of work in a way, but just at Disney. And then this was before they even, you know, did their Southeast Asia trip. So we're happy to like be the beginning of
the beginning of it, right?
Of their research,
Yeah. That probably made them intrigued to go out to Southeast. I mean, maybe it was already in their plans, who knows? But still, and it's like when you watch the movie, it's like everything I see is like, oh, that's Cambodia.
Yeah.
That's Cambodia.
You can pick, that is.
Hell yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch that movie with my dog.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's going to be her Halloween costume for the rest of her life.
So she's 18.
I'll be the tuk-tuk. Guide me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tight.
So I was so excited when I found out about it, because it's like we've been waiting so long just to see some brown princess or like some sort of representation.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know how you guys are going to kind of combine like 11 cultures, but
that's crazy.
Good luck. And I think they did a really good job where it's kind of like, you can identify certain things from your culture, but then if everyone's identifying the same thing, doesn't mean that our cultures are very much similar. Yeah. And it's cool because, it's like we know we're similar, but then we're very prideful in each country.
We are though.
What we own and all that.
No, that's
stuff.
facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
I wish I can like learn some history about how it was back then with the country, like Southeast Asia in general. I mean, because we learned about the U.S. and how it used to be. What it was back then. It was we know
everything
American
about
lands
it.
And how it got split up and blah blah blah, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I wonder how it was like for Southeast Asia. Like, I'm pretty sure. Do you think they teach that in their schools? They probably know about that.
I don't know.
Would say they would know. I would think so.
Yeah.
Someone has to know. Come on, we've been trading for thousands.
But the thing is, like from over here, we hear different things all the time, and you don't ever know what's really the truth or not.
Yeah.
Like hearing stories about like Thailand. Like was the one that created the Angkor Wat. Like, you always hear different kinds of stuff, and you don't know.
It was Vietnam.
See, you probably heard that too. Who knows? I did. So you mean like we never know what the truth really is.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's why I mean, there are like memoirs of the diplomats that visit us, and I think that's how we kind of put together some of the history, at least like the years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if your years don't match up to how old the structure is, can you really claim?
Yeah, exactly. But the real issue is because all the books and all that stuff got burned, right? Most of the stuff has been that's crazy. That's tough. It's hard to bounce back. You know what I mean? It's like
and like look at how much damage 4 years to a multiple century-old, society. So, but, silver lining, I guess I can see is that it provides us an opportunity to create the foundation for, a new empire. Even though we're kind of dispersed around the world. But I think maybe it's supposed to be like that, where we're so talented and great that we need to share with the whole world. I don't know.
Hey, you got a point there.
You got a point there.
I don't know how I would be if I was an actual, like, just a Cambodian kid.
Living in Cambodia?
I might be like, I don't know, climbing trees.
You'd probably be driving
selling coconuts.
You'd be driving a tuk-tuk,
I might be a
bro.
coconut guy. Just, you want a coconut? Just climb up there.
Yeah. Man. But I don't know, because, you don't want to play the what if.
Yeah, of course.
But then, like, we were a thriving country where, like, I even heard that, the Prime Minister of Singapore looked up to us at one point.
Really?
And look at where Singapore is. So
imagine
where Cambodia.
They're so like they're ahead of the game.
Sorry, I don't want to put that in your head, but I'm just saying.
What if?
Cambodia had one of the lowest COVID rates too. Remember?
Did it?
Yeah, they had one of the lowest. Mia, can you elaborate on that, please? Can you back me up on that?
I think so.
They had from what I heard, they had one of the lowest rates.
Yeah.
They just don't count. I'm just kidding.
So I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something well.
They were really shutting down the whole like country kind of.
You couldn't
thing.
fly in and stuff like that. They were one of the first ones to not let people fly in.
But even like my teacher had to cancel some of her shows.
Really?
And
So a lot of your shows and stuff got canceled too.
All of our performances in April last year got canceled, and all of our projects. One of the things that we were supposed to do that year was both my teachers. They were invited to perform or to present something at the Cleveland Museum of Art, which is a huge a huge museum. So things like that, but it's okay.
Yeah. Do you have any like any big plans in the future for the arts right now? I mean, traditional dancing and all that.
As far as big plans, I'm still thinking about it and working on it. I think my daily plan each day is to make sure that we still have it. It's still here, being preserved properly.
Of course.
But yeah, my main thing, silver lining with the pandemic and everything, it allowed me the time and space to really reflect on like what's important for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're so young and you're carrying on like this huge responsibility.
Yeah.
You have a huge responsibility. Yeah, for sure.
You start.
I'm counting on you.
We're all counting on you.
Yeah, but when it just feels like it's just a huge responsibility, you start to kind of resent it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I felt like kind of helpless, where it's just like if I walk away, no one's gonna like carry on.
Yeah, who's gonna carry
exactly.
on? So having that guilt and whatever, but
so you feel like it's a lot of pressure on you because of that.
Before definitely, yeah. Trying to do this while like making a living, It was a lot, but now like with the time, I figured out how to create a life that fits. That fits better for me. And now I'm all about just creating a foundation for us in the community. And it's, before it was with the dance and the arts to make sure that it's still around so that the elders can still admire something from their home country. And the younger generation has something to hold on to too. But also we need to start thinking about how we protect our families through wealth and building wealth and passing down that generational wealth.
Yes, absolutely.
Because we're so used to just living like day by day survival mode. But we have to think about the future. How are our grandchildren going to thrive?
Facts.
So we have to think about what we're going to leave for them. And what I want to leave for them is just a strong foundation of that they can build on art-wise, financially, so they don't have to feel how we felt or our parents felt,
And it's, I think with you having to feel like you've been doing it by yourself for a long time, because not a lot of people in our age group were doing the same thing you were doing. Yeah. Right. So, I think now that you're a teacher, you're able to mold 10 Mias. You know what I mean? Now you got a team you can build up that can continue to do what you're doing.
I would hope so. And I wouldn't say I've been doing this by myself or alone. Like I've always had like a great team. But I think this time, like I think I found like a great group of people that will help me like with this. I don't want to call it responsibility anymore because it's more like it's a privilege and an honor
for sure.
To carry on something that we almost lost.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mindset.
Mindset is everything.
Mindset. Yep. Having a strong mindset.
Keep it going.
But I was scrolling through your Instagram, doing some research, of course. And
of
course. You can say
Did he like a 52-week photo? 52 weeks.
You can say so, but I noticed that you posted a picture with Angelina Jolie, and then you mentioned like she's like an idol to you and someone that you looked up to. Can you tell us a little bit about like what she means to you and what was that experience of meeting her?
Yeah, well, like most Cambodians, like seeing the temples and Tomb Raider. That was the first time I saw Cambodia in like the mainstream.
Even my mom and dad watched it, and they didn't even know what the heck the movie's about, but they were just so proud that
they wanted to watch that part.
Yeah, my dad was so proud.
Yeah, and because we've gone through so much, so like each little thing that we have to be proud of, like we love it so much. But and then her adopting her son Maddox, and I'm just like, wow, she cares about Cambodians.
And she got the tattoo.
The tattoos, and like she was pretty. She seemed like a Cambodian, a white person's body.
Yeah, at heart.
And you know what's crazy? I had the biggest question when I was.
I still do. I
still do. Probably, but still,
for sure.
Don't tell Christine. But anyways.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I've always admired her, because she always like shined a bright, like beautiful light on Cambodia. And so, yeah, when I learned that, you know, she was working on the First They Killed My Father film, I was
she
like,
directed or produced?
She produced and directed with her son.
With her son, right?
It's so cool. But,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I just appreciate anybody who like tries to highlight Cambodia, however way they can. So that's why I've admired her. So when I met her at the Cambodia Town Film Festival that day, I was like shaking. Whoever was there was like laughing at me because I couldn't even touch her. Like it was like this.
Oh, she didn't allow you?
No, I was like this.
Yeah.
My hand is not on her, so my hand.
You couldn't like this.
My hand is like floating on the walls and like shaking, and I'm just like, oh my god.
She was doing like a meet and greet, or what was it? So
that festival, First They Killed My Father was the opening film of the festival. So and then I think
Great film, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, we need these stories to, like, teach our kids and stuff. So I'm glad that she produced it for us. But, yeah, she was there to present it. And I think she's also part of the Cambodian Town Film Festival. Like, I think she's an ambassador or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah.
She has citizenship in Cambodia, too.
I think she does. Yeah. I don't even have citizenship there.
I know. I want to get dual citizenship.
Damn.
That's the only way you can buy land out there.
Yeah.
Or you can buy a condo and not be a citizen. Anyways.
It's true.
Okay.
True. You need to be a citizen and to buy property there,
Yeah, to buy land, you need to be a citizen or dual citizenship. But you can own a condo, though, out there without having been a citizen.
Let's go get a condo.
We can. There's a lot of building in Phnom Penh right now too.
Yeah,
like
they
crazy.
A lot.
Like
gentrifying.
Crazy.
A lot of Chinese people came over and like have been gentrifying the whole entire country, building up buildings and condos and all that stuff.
It's like a double-edged sword, right? You can kind of think they're bringing money into the country,
business,
but at the same time they're buying up all the land.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of like
it's kind of it's a 50-50.
You're pushing out all the people out of the city, and it's just like I don't know. It's just
depends how you look at it.
How do you feel about it? What do you think?
What are your thoughts?
It's sad, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I don't know what to do. It's a little touchy subject.
It is. It's hard, but that's why it's like I've had this crazy dream of like, you know, learning how to create wealth and then teaching like 10,000 Cambodians how to create wealth, and then we go back to Cambodia and buy back land, kind of thing. Buy back Cambodia, but
buy back Cambodia,
buy back the block.
Damn, campaign, GoFundMe, let's go. That's all we need.
I know.
Well, actually, you know, going into that, you know, behind the dancer, you do have a career.
You
do have a job.
She got to pay the bill somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little about that, because I know you're dealing with a lot of, you know, financial stuff and.
Yeah. So, you know, since I got out of college, I've always been working in the finance industry, but mostly like just in the admin. So, I was always exposed to like what's out there, you know, the possibilities. But recently I joined New York Life as an agent. So now I'm teaching people about protecting their families through life insurance and financial planning, because I realized that this was important for my family when we got it. And my siblings, you know, and we got policies for our parents, because again, like, we don't, you know, want to, while we're grieving, we don't want to have to do like a GoFundMe to like figure out how to put them away. So this way they have peace of mind. And then also, like, I was learning my mom was like saving every single dollar for us, you know, just in case for the future. But I want to give my parents as much peace of mind as possible. So getting these policies kind of like does it, because it's like, okay, so if anything happens to me, there's like money left for my children, right? But it's also important that people learn about financial literacy so that they know what to do with their money, and just not blow it. So, you know, we need these resources because our community is one of the underserved communities, and who's going to serve it? we have to serve it. So in order to do it, we have to be secure ourselves. And that's what I'm learning is that before I always felt like it was like selfish to love yourself or to think about you or yourself first. But now I'm learning like you can't give unless you feel whole, because then you're just like being toxic and, you know, or you can be toxic and give people toxic things that you didn't like expect to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know, think
That's
about
big.
it.
It's big for sure. Cause like when you see your friends, like our friends, and their parents pass away, and you know they'll post a message and say, you know, family needs help, or my friend's family needs help, you know, planning for the funeral and stuff like that. And that's true though. It's big because like that's like it depends if you can give them a proper burial or however.
And it's not cheap, so.
And it's not cheap.
Yeah.
And in our culture, I think what it was in the past, our people took advantage of each other so much, so they don't trust it anymore. You know, you think that's a big barrier?
Yeah, just you know, in the past with the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know, in the community. Yeah, it's a big barrier for me because, you know, I have to gain their trust and when I work with them.
They still don't understand it.
Yeah.
They still don't understand, like you said, financial literacy, right? They don't understand investments. They don't understand, you know, just not savings, checking account, whatever. They don't understand life insurance. I mean, that's like, we're in America, right?
Yeah.
We gotta live as an American.
Yeah.
This has been the American way for so long, you know.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea, New York life is 176 years old. Wow. So for at least 176 years, these families that have been in America have been passing down their generational wealth, and this is one of the vehicles. That's why I'm just like, oh my God, we need this for our community.
Yeah, and our community needs to. They can't part away from cash.
Right. Yeah.
You know why? Because it was taken away from them.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it was forcibly taken away from them. So now it's just like they just have like this stack. They just probably have all this cash. They don't want to put it in the bank, so they scared the bank's gonna take their money. When the bank is the safest place, kind of. I would say not the safest, but
But you also
FDIC insured at least.
But you also have to know what money is, and money is buying power.
Yes.
So if money is buying power and you're leaving your money under the mattress or in an account or the bank account that's, you know, with zero interest, your money's losing buying power because of inflation.
Inflation, yep.
So it's not even worth the same. Wow. So it's just like we have to learn how to be more efficient, and there are ways.
Facts, more efficient. I remember this one time my mom pulled out like $15,000 cash or something inside a statue that was in the living room that we never knew about. I'm like,
what the heck?
What the hell? Like this whole time.
Damn.
To go buy a Land Cruiser.
Wow.
It's crazy. But yeah,
it was there this whole time.
They're just holding on to cash. Like they're not at all like they're scared of investments. Like I'll get my stepdad into Robinhood to go buy some stocks or whatever. It goes down a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I'm pulling all the money out."
Damn.
He's down like $30. He's like all complaining. I'm like, this is part of investment. You just gotta let it sit. Just chill.
Yeah.
Can't look at it every day.
It's tough. They can only like give it to you and then you do something with it. But
yeah,
I could feel for them, like you know, from having so much loss and then seeing that much. Yeah, it is scary. Like,
yeah. So how's that going for you so far?
It's going well. You know, I've been working with a lot of young professionals, young families, and at first it was like scary because this is like almost, you know, going to school for a new subject, and putting myself out there and learning how to be rejected. But at the end of the day, like, I know what my why is, and my why is to make a difference and help people in the community. And these are the tools that I have, which is through dance and finance, life insurance. So yeah, that's all I have to really work with. Because if I think about anything else, like, it does make me want to give up, and it makes me feel like I'm not good enough, or people don't like trust me. But at the end of the day, like, you know, if I can just help a small percentage, that's gonna do, you know, their legacy like a whole lot more than
definitely. Did you guys know there's only like 300 some thousand Cambodians in America?
Only 300 something.
So only.
I looked it up the other day.
And the majority of it is in Long Beach.
Yeah. But there's only 300 some thousand Cambodians in America.
I mean,
think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that better be true because I Googled it.
I mean,
how many Cambodians are in America?
I feel like that's a lot.
I mean, we would know if people would complete their census.
The census.
That's probably the only ones that completed because from what I remember, the migration from Cambodia to America was the biggest in American history. Yeah. So there's no way. I think only 300,000 because the consensus. You're right. That might be it.
So it should be a lot more.
I don't do it. I never done it.
Way more.
I don't think I have.
You guys have to do your census because they need to know where we are, and so we can get this, the resources and the things that we need for the community. That's
enlighten me because I really don't know much about that. Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, well, the data is used by other organizations, people that fund different resources, fund money. They allocate resources to different communities, but if they don't know we exist. Or if there's not a big enough number to like really make an impact, they're not going to choose us.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for enlightening me. That's important, man.
That's very important.
Census. Do the census.
So it's every 10 years, super easy. They make it easier. Like
what do you do?
Every
like
decade.
Online?
This last year, so last year was our census.
The census 2020, right?
2020, yeah.
I just remember seeing it somewhere. That's all.
Yeah, that was their first time like offering it online. So it's
nice.
Do it for the resources, guys. Come
on,
we gotta get it.
Do for the people.
Do for the people. Yep.
So, when did you go to Cambodia? How long ago was that?
This last trip was in December 2019.
How long were you there for?
Just 10 days, and I wasn't even supposed to go.
Oh, really?
Weeks. I think a week before I even flew out, I told myself I just accepted I'm not going to Cambodia this year because I'm tried to manifest it early on in the year, and I just kind of accepted. But then I don't know, I just felt this huge calling that I should go, and so I bought my ticket on a Sunday night and flew out on Tuesday.
You just you didn't even plan it?
Yeah. Wow. And I flew straight to Siem Reap
by yourself?
By myself.
Wow.
Because this was my third trip to Cambodia.
Wait, one-way trip?
No, it was.
I'm about to say this. Yeah,
but I flew straight to Siem Reap instead of Phnom Penh.
Okay.
Yeah, because for the first two trips I couldn't go because someone told me there's a superstition where if you really want to go to the Angkor Wat or something it's not gonna happen, or you have to have Nisai or a time for you to go to Cambodia. So this time I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Not Cambodia, but Siem Reap. I'm gonna go straight to Siem Reap.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make my faith. I'm gonna make my time to go. Yeah, cause that bus ride from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap is long.
Bumpy road too.
Bumpy road. It's crazy. You remember when you drive, you see all the kids walking on the side, in little school uniforms and stuff like that. And there's different schools and different colored uniforms, and it's and the schools look like they're not the best. It doesn't look. It's like dirt. You just all you see is dirt, and it's all these different schools, and it's probably just for that village, right? Maybe
right.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I met these ladies on the airplane. These two old white ladies, and they were optometrists from America. So basically, they were going to Cambodia to go help give glasses to kids in this thing. And then I was talking to them, and then I was like, oh man, I'll be down to go but they were going deep into somewhere far, so I wasn't able to go with them. But yeah, man, people are going out there and trying to make Cambodia better. I mean, just bringing back all the resources and stuff like that, so we got to keep it up.
You say you went 3 different times?
Yeah.
Each experience was different from each other, or?
Yeah, definitely. I still haven't gone with my family yet.
Oh. Yeah, I only went to Cambodia once, and I went with my family, and I'm glad that I went with my family because while I was at the Angkor Wat and different places, my dad would kind of share his stories, this city, I grew up here and stuff like that. I'm just taking it all in, and it was just amazing to kind of hear their stories and stuff like that. But my mom is from Vietnam, so when I went to Vietnam, same thing. She would say this is where I grew up, blah 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 and stuff, and that's pretty cool. So
That's awesome, because I think one of the challenges in our community is that our elders are not like, they don't communicate or talk about their past.
Yeah, they don't.
So
yeah, because they've been through so much. You know, it's tough to kind of share their traumatic history. So
when they do share, it's
you gotta listen.
Special,
Yeah.
How many students do you have?
I would say around 15.
15? Oh wow,
that's a lot. Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's not that many if you think
really?
about.
And you're all on Zoom. Well, for now at least.
No, for now, like I think I have about like 10. Yeah.
Well, I guess what would be considered normal?
Well, there was a point where I had like 60 students.
60 students? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I would say 15 doesn't sound like a lot anymore.
Yeah.
No, so that was a lot. And
Jeez.
we need that many students because of how many performances we were doing each month. Yeah.
What's the reason why? Was it because of COVID? It went down?
Well, so for a long time, Khmer Arts offered free classes. But, you know, we didn't receive like the grants that we would receive normally, because I think after like 15 years, like Khmer dance isn't so like exotic anymore.
So the funding wasn't there as what it was before.
So we had to figure out how to actually fundraise and bring in money that into the academy so we can keep operating. And then so that's when we started to charge for lessons.
Then slowly.
So that's when they started slowly stopping and stuff.
Yeah, they stopped. Like
they just
people
stopped.
didn't
want
to.
Like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
Because a lot of times, you know, parents just wanted their children to be exposed and you know dance, even though they didn't want to be there. But now, it's nice because like you know the students are there because they want to. Because
they want to be
there.
Yeah, they enjoy it.
You know?
You can say that, and they're paying for it, so that is better. But the only problem is less exposure, right?
Less exposure, and they can get overworked because they have to perform so much.
You guys do a lot of performances in different places?
Yeah, usually we don't do weddings.
No weddings, okay.
Typically we don't do weddings. That kind of environment is very, you know, party. And
That's
most
true.
people are not paying attention to the dancers. And this is such a sacred art form, and dancers work so hard.
That makes
where
sense.
It's just not the proper
It's not
environment.
respect.
Yeah, you are right. That makes
environment.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
You're right.
Yeah.
So where do you guys normally perform at?
All over. It's just lots of different events, but
Like
museums,
Cambodia New Year's, Eldorado Park.
Right, yeah.
Right? Because I remember,
different festivals, conferences, like just about everything.
Just everything, okay.
Because we're the only representatives, so we get all the calls.
In the U.S.?
No, in Southern California at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a global, not a global, but I guess U.S.-wide, nationwide, is there like a nationwide kind of a entity or something that kind of connects you guys, or?
Well, there's no nationwide entity, but over the years I've like met a lot of dancers from other places in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And that's how we've like connected. But yeah, there are a lot of dancers throughout the U.S.
You guys turn up
in our own way, I guess. Which means we do dances. I'm just kidding.
They're probably like, you want to see my form? This form's better.
No, but yeah.
What's the biggest achievement that you can get from dancing? You would say
the biggest achievements,
like something that you're like you want to achieve from dancing, like you performing at like a certain place, or you know.
Oh, I would love to perform at the Angkor Wat.
Oh,
you didn't do that last time?
No,
I don't think they allowed that, right? Or do they even allow it?
They do performances there sometimes, but you know, I don't know. But,
how do you get
imagine
that?
like dancing right in front of it, or like take a nice ass photo and dancing in front of it? That would be crazy.
You just gotta manifest it.
Well, now I've just been kind of like dancing and performing in nature wherever I want, and just with whatever I'm wearing, because before I felt like I always had to be in the proper costume and you know have a stage and all that stuff. But if our art form derives from nature and the influences of nature, then I want to dance in nature by offering, a dance to the earth, pretty much.
How's it different from people doing yoga poses in the park?
Yeah,
True.
Yeah, in the forest. And
it's kind of like yoga, kind of, right? Kind of just the art form and, the dance and everything, so.
Yeah. But over the years, I've had opportunities to perform at really, established venues, I guess. I've performed at one of the Smithsonian museums in DC with my teachers, Disney Concert Hall.
Oh, that's big.
The San Francisco Opera House, the Getty Museum. So,
so those are big name places. That's awesome. That's big name places.
Yeah, so it's been definitely an honor, and that's why I'm just kind of like, why was I telling myself that I'm not a good dancer when I performed at these venues?
Right. Yeah. But like back to what we were saying, you are your own worst critic. So yeah, that's true.
Well, we do appreciate you continuing to do this.
Let's get those questions. Let's get a couple questions. Yeah.
Let's get a couple. Actually got questions.
Oh yeah, yeah. We actually do. Wow. Damn, shots are fired. No, so we have these pod decks. So these are like random questions, and it's just it's a little fun little thing. Get you to answer some interesting questions.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? Yeah, we'll do. Would you rather? Or one of the motivational questions?
Is it episode deck?
No, that's episode. No. It'll be the question. No, what's the other one? The black one.
Just a regular one? So we're just going to ask you a couple questions that you can answer.
We'll leave it just for her. We don't need to answer.
You want to go ahead and plug in the promo?
MrsPodDecks.com. You can use our discount code SessionUp for 10% off. That's it. Pick a good one, bro. Pick like two good ones.
How about
two?
Just let me pick?
Okay, yeah, two
pick
random ones.
Poison.
Yeah.
You pick your own destiny here. Two of them.
These are normally always fun. Get you
one.
Get you to open up about some things.
I'll read it. I got
you.
You ready?
Woo, okay.
Are you ready?
All right, let's hear it.
Which sibling do you hate the most? I'm just kidding.
Wait, how many siblings do you have though?
I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Oh, okay, so you're the big sister.
Oh, you're the oldest? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, I thought you had an older sister. No? Okay.
Who do you think is my older sister?
That's her mother, bro. That's very sweet of you. Very sweet of you, man.
Yeah, it's my mom.
Hey, it's very nice of you, Danny.
It's my mom, but yeah.
Wait, Mark? Mark is...
Oh, no, that's my cousin.
Oh, that was your cousin? Okay, I was tripping. I was like, wait, I thought it was...
But, yeah, it's funny. But, yeah, we do look a lot alike.
Oh.
She's actually my cousin on my dad's side, not even on my mom's side, who I look exactly like.
Oh, okay, okay. That's crazy. Okay, so I seem to go with this one first. If you could send a message to the entire world, what would you say in 30 seconds?
Damn, that's already a good question.
Oh my god.
Putting you on the spot.
30 seconds.
Deep. 30 seconds.
Should I timer?
Wow. My
Thinking for a
message
minute.
to the world, I think, is what I said earlier was love yourself and figure out who you are authentically. Figure out your value, your worth, because then you can, walk each day more confidently. You'll have the proper boundaries. You'll, you do things for yourself, and you'll have less resentment and less anxiety, I would say. And you'll have more to give and to offer, because at times, we feel like we need to give our entire selves in order to be effective or whatever, but that's not, I don't think it's the right example for other people.
Yeah, for sure. That's just true.
That's good. Good answer.
Love yourself.
Love yourself. The moral of the story, love
thyself.
yourself.
Love thyself.
Love thee. All right, here we go. If you were to die and come back as a person or thing,
wow,
what do you think it would be? Oh, that's aggressive.
No, dang.
Good thing I believe in reincarnation.
Oh,
there
yeah.
we go.
There we go.
What do you think you'll reincarnate back as? That's basically simplifying the question.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to pick another random one for you too.
Yeah. think so. I think so. I think it's going great so far.
I don't know. I want to reincarnate into a banana tree because
banana tree?
What? You want to touch
Why
the house
a banana tree?
Yeah, because I want to haunt.
I heard banana trees are haunted.
She want her leaves to touch the house so the house can be haunted.
Yeah, alone people. But I don't know, because I think banana trees are really resourceful.
Yes.
They provide food. They provide shelter because you use their stuff to build homes.
Huts and stuff. Wow.
The banana leaves.
You can eat. The whatever that one. I think the flower part of it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's in soup and stuff like that.
Yeah, you put it in banchok and stuff.
In soup, yeah.
Soup.
It's like kind of red. It's a reddish kind of thing. Yeah.
What else can you do with bananas? You can use it to turn it into strings. You can do a lot of stuff with bananas.
Wow.
So
the banana leaves. Yeah.
You can throw it in Super Mario, and then the person behind you will spin around.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And banana is like one of the most important, I guess, fruits. Yeah.
Damn. Wait, banana's a fruit? No, it is a fruit.
Yeah, I think so.
Just kidding.
It is, right? I don't think so.
I'm thinking potatoes. Is potatoes a fruit or vegetable?
Damn. I think that's a vegetable.
Yeah, it
is.
It
goes out of the dirt.
It doesn't have seeds.
No seeds, yeah.
It doesn't grow from the tree.
Mm.
All right. Okay, here's another one. What is your favorite body part about yourself? I was a little inappropriate, but it automatically came out.
Wow, Danny.
She's like, my hands.
I was going to say my hands.
I know you.
What?
Oh, hey. How far did you bring that
again?
Well,
It
doesn't go as far as it should anymore.
Whoa.
But the goal is,
Wait, you used to go further than that?
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yikes.
But the goal is to get your fingertips to touch your wrist. So
What?
dancers in Cambodia can do.
No
they
way.
can do that?
Yeah, they can.
What?
Oh, that's nuts.
I got small hands, so my hand's not going any further. Yeah.
I would say, what is this part? My shoulders? Over here. My shoulders, well, it's just my favorite part of everyone's body because as long as you have it open and out, you always look confident.
Go. Woman empowerment right there.
So
yeah, always shoulders. There you go.
Phil, come on.
That's true. Shoulders. No, that's true though, because I think shoulders it has like a dominant trait when you stand up.
Yeah, because soldiers are very soldiers.
Shoulders.
Shoulders are very versatile.
Yeah.
Because you use it in football to hit people, so it's hard. Mm-hmm. But some people need a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah.
To try on, so they can have be really soft.
Nice.
Or if you want to be an asshole and give someone the cold shoulder.
Or you can give someone the cold shoulder. See.
Yeah.
So and then soldering is the different thing when you do
And you have bad shoulders, bro.
I used to have bad shoulders.
Yeah. Your shoulder would pop out all the time.
Yeah, that's cool though. That's life.
All right. So yeah.
Well, Mea, if you can please, any last words you have for our fans and I don't know if we can call them fans, our audience. We don't have fans.
We don't have fans. No one likes us.
But anybody that maybe you want to talk to or reach out to, or just any last words that we can give out to the people.
Man, last words. It's always be proud of being Cambodian. We may have gone through some, darkness in our past, but there's light beyond that, and we all have the opportunity to really, create this story, this legacy that was erased before. But it's time to, it's our time to create this story. So let's figure out what it is. Let's do it together. Unite, unity.
It's up to us.
Absolutely,
it's up to us.
Do everything with the best intention, and I know our community can thrive.
Yeah, 100%
together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, on behalf of the Cambodian population of America, we do appreciate your work.
Yes, we do. Absolutely,
100%.
We appreciate you.
And anything that we can do to help support or bring to light, or maybe even get involved with, we're down.
Awesome.
And hopefully, if we do something in the future, you'll be down too.
Yeah.
And I think it is our time, because we're actually doing this not for someone asking us to do this.
Yeah.
We're doing this because we want to.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to make a difference for the future.
Yeah.
I would like to suggest a song too.
Oh yeah.
if you haven't seen the video, it's called Time to Rise.
Time to Rise,
yes,
Vanda.
Vanda.
Oh my goodness. That video, the song, everything about it is just amazing.
Yeah, it's dope.
Production.
It's dope.
Oh my God. I've never seen anything like this before. And I'm just like so blown away.
We need to get him out here to America one time.
Man, that guy, he is the Cambodian Drake. He's the Drake of Cambodia because he sings and raps, but he just has that swag to him, like confidence.
He's dope.
Drake says some corny stuff, but he's so confident, so it sounds great. But this guy Vanda, he's just so confident, and I love it, bro. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's dope. I like that.
Yes, that's a great song. Thank you for.
But thank you guys for putting this on and allowing us to tell our stories.
Yes,
because you never know who can like resonate with it and who can be inspired. So you guys are just amazing and inspiring yourselves.
We're just trying to follow in your footsteps.
No, but we're really proud of what you're doing because that's awesome. Like honestly, we look up to you because like you're doing amazing things for the community. So that's awesome.
100%.
That's awesome. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in with us on the Session Up podcast. Go ahead and drop a like. Subscribe
if you like.
If you like.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Peace out.